Most women in business, myself included, pay everyone else first. Their team, their bills, their tools. And then they hope that something is left over for them. But ladies, CEOs don't hope to get paid, they plan to. Let's get started. Welcome to From Corporate to CEO, hosted by the Power Move Collective. I'm your host, Nandy B, and this is your daily podcast that proves that you don't have to resign in order to rise. Here, ambitious women like yourself learn how to leverage your paycheck, your skills, and your corporate career to launch and grow your own business. And in just 10 minutes every day, I'll share power moves that will turn your 9 to 5 into your greatest investor. Make sure, however, that you hit subscribe so that you never miss an episode. With that said, let's get on with today's episode. Welcome back to From Corporate to CEO, ladies. We are in week 8 where we are talking about money power. Welcome to your CEO awakening journey. And today, ladies, we are getting very personal. Yesterday in day 1, we walked through the CEO money shifts where we learned to direct your dollar with purpose and not panic. Today, we are building on that foundation by tackling one of the hardest truths in entrepreneurship. You cannot call yourself the CEO of your business if you're not paying the CEO, you. And I get it. When you're starting out your business, you're probably not making a whole lot of money. Unlike in your corporate job where your paycheck is automatic, that direct deposit hits every 2 weeks like clockwork. In business, paying yourself really does become a choice because the money you're getting ebbs and flow and is inconsistent. And if you don't choose it intentionally, you always end up last in line. And I promise you, ladies, let me tell you, I am very much speaking from experience. And I also want to be very clear that today, I am being very intentional in saying that this is for more established businesses. At the very beginning, you are funneling most of your money to grow your business. But the minute your business starts to have real profit, you need to set aside some amount of money to pay yourself. This is really important. And I promise you, if you don't choose it intentionally, you will always end up not paying yourself anything. I really want that mindset to end today. So even if you're not really at that place right now, I really want you to start getting the wheels turning. We are going to walk through a simple but practical framework of the CEO compensation model. The first thing in this compensation model is the separation rule. Your money doesn't equal your business money. That is really important. The second part of this compensation model is the percentage plan. Pay yourself intentionally. The third one is the profit priority. Reward yourself last, but not least. Okay? So this conversation today is not about spreadsheets or fancy apps. It's really about designing a cash flow plan that ensures that you always get paid. Now, I want you to think about today's conversation as a mindset conversation. Paying yourself first isn't just about money. It's about that mindset shift. It's about the declaration that your labor, your expertise, and your leadership deserves compensation. So we are going to be breaking down this framework one at a time. Because, honey, structure creates stability. The first part of the compensation model is the separation rule. This is the first rule of CEO compensation. If your business and your personal money are mixed in one account, your business will always feel chaotic. This should be really basic for most of you ladies. Every time you look at your balance, you should be asking yourself, is this profit or is this grocery money? Those two things, not the same, okay? Open a separate, basic stuff. You need to have a separate business account, even if you're just starting out. Right now, my profits for this business are limited, but I promise you, I already have a separate account for it. It creates not just clarity, but professionalism instantly. When money comes in, it should go to your business account first, not your personal account. And I'm a big believer in having an operating hub. This is where all of the money funnels in and then is distributed with intention. In my personal life, I do the same thing. I have an operating account and then it's allocated into my savings account, my investments account, my business funds, etc. For my businesses, I do the same thing. For this particular business, everything is small, but in my real estate business, I very much have the same model. I have one business account and then there's money allocated for all the different properties. And ladies, if you are interested in exploring bank accounts that give you the flexibility to even break it down, allocate it, and even track your money as if you were blending in a bank account with a budgeting system, I am going to link right over here various banks that I am exploring myself to move into to 2026. There are many different fintech banks. These are technically technology companies that are operating or partnering with banks to give you all of the accoutrements of a bank with all of the benefits of a budgeting system all in one. So tangents over, let's come back to this conversation we're having. So you should have an operating bank account, and from there, you're distributing your money. Taxes, growth, some of the expenses, etc. Refer back to yesterday's video where I talked about allocating your money in various key categories. Money to build, money to grow, money to sustain, and money to reward. Very important that you have something like this in your business. The second part of your CEO compensation model is the percentage play. This is where you pay yourself intentionally. Now that you have actually separated your account, let's design the flow. You are going to start simple. Decide what percentage of your revenue you will pay yourself, even if it's something as small as 10%. It's about consistency, ladies. It's not about perfection or you saying that you have some high income. This is important because you are building a habit of compensation now and not just the illusion of profit, okay? Because it's important that you, in your profit model, include what you pay yourself. Because if today you have $2,000 profit, is it really $2,000 profit if you're paying yourself $1,000? I really want you to think of your compensation as an important part of the expenses for your business. So if this month you chose to pay yourself 20%, that's $400 of your $2,000 profit. So your profit is technically only $1,600. And that money will move from your business account to your personal account just like a paycheck would. But here is the key. It needs to be done automatically. So set a recurring transfer and make sure you allocate it properly and you really budget it well and you allocate it well in your business account. So that when you're doing your taxes at the end of the year, it's very clear that owner's disbursement was X amount. So when you treat your business like it pays you, it starts to feel real. And honestly, you will show up with a very different type of energy. I promise you. Okay? The third and last part of the CEO compensation model is the profit priority. Reward yourself last, but not least. So let's talk about it. What to do with what is left over. After you've paid yourself, after you've covered your expenses, and you've saved for taxes, and what I call like savings and an emergency plan. I'm a big believer in having an emergency plan for your business. The remaining profit is your reward. That's the bonus you use to reinvest back into your business. Or you can use it to celebrate wins or to continue to build your savings. The shift here is subtle, but it's powerful. You're not waiting to see if you have enough money to pay yourself. You are designing a business so that you always do. Ladies, this is really important. As I keep saying, and I'm going to repeat it in this video, the purpose of this conversation today is not that you already are making millions of dollars, so you can quit your job. But even if you're only bringing in $200 profit, you are creating in that profit the mindset that it's important to allocate some money to pay yourself. Even if part of that $200 is you only getting 50%. The reason why this is important is that training yourself to set up this structure is also important when it comes to tax time. You shouldn't be building financial systems personally in your business where you're just kind of randomly picking a little bit here and there. And ladies, I'm having this conversation with you because I have been there. I am there, and I know that the temptation is real. Plan how you would spend your profit intentionally. Don't do it accidentally. And I promise you, and I recognize that every single one of us will make these mistakes as we go. It's part of our process. It's part of the journey. We are learning as we go. But hopefully, today's video is a reminder to you that it is important that whatever money is coming in from your business has the structure in the same way that your personal money has structure. So let's recap this conversation about the CEO compensation model. You need to create separation between your business and your personal money. And you need to decide on a consistent basis what percentage, however small, you will pay yourself first. And you need to make your profit a priority and not an afterthought. This isn't about how much you pay yourself, but it's about how consistently you do it. Because consistency is what builds business confidence, and confidence is what fundamentally attracts cash flow. With that said, ladies, here is your power move of the day. I want you to set up your CEO pay routine. Step number 1. You need to open a separate checking account if you don't have one already, okay? Step number 2, you need to choose what percentage, even if it's just 5-10%, that you will be paying yourself out of the profit that are coming from that business. Once again, I'm going to be linking right over here all of the videos that I'm sharing with you for the different tools of the trade that shows you all of the different bank accounts that I am reviewing myself so that I can significantly shift and restructure my business finances for 2026. Step number 3, I want you to set up a recurring transfer to your personal account every single month. Don't wait for someday. Start with something today. This one move changes how you see your business and how you see yourself in your business. Remember, ladies, paying yourself first isn't selfish, it's strategic. And I understand, right now you're just starting out. You may not have a lot of money. This is why you are going through this CEO awakening journey where I am dumping all of this information on you so that you can begin to think through all of these critical, important framework that will make the foundation of your business. Thank you so much for joining me today on From Corporate to CEO. If you loved what you heard today, please subscribe to the show and visit us at powermovecollective.com. And if you are ready to start taking action, here are 2 great options. You can download our free Safe Start Blueprint. It's on our website, and the link is also in the description below. However, if you, my darling, are ready to take action and say goodbye to corporate America for good, join us in the Business Plan Mastermind that is kicking off on January 12th, 2026.